Hi guys, it's Tuesday and I am bringing you another Mixed Media Friday with Miranda and Tuesday. So I was actually live streaming when I made this layout, so you're going to see a lot of editing. So I did use a lot of products that I had pulled for my Make a Kit Maui, and that was all the way back in September when I started that project. And it's still sitting there. I've made several layouts, but I wanted to work on one while I chatted with everybody over at the Cheeky Studio Facebook group. And we had fun. We talked about some new things going on with me and Bab and with Cheeky and just, kind of scrapping and chatting and doing our thing. So I did my favorite mixed media that I ever do, and that is a large cut file that I glue onto the front of a pattern paper, and then I'm gonna get messy with some gesso. So I also have these little pieces that were cut out of my silhouette, and I just backed them with some paper in some lovely yellows and pinks and soft buttery colors that match that background paper. And then you're going to see me kind of go to town and, I'm going to paint those little pieces that I've backed. And I'm also going to paint the word paradise that I cut out of my silhouette. And I'm also going to get gesso all over this background cut file. So I don't know where I disappeared to. That's why I did a bunch of editing. Oh, I was trimming out that one piece. But yeah, I probably spent a good hour chatting and talking. So as you can tell, it's a work in progress because I'll sit and I'll chat and I'll, look at what's being said and text, and I'll respond to that. And Bab had to talk a little bit, and that made me pause. And so, but if you haven't checked out Mixed Media Fridays with Miranda and I, we do this every other Friday for Cheeky Studio and for our channels. And you can always go back, and I think we've been doing them for about a month and a half now, but I just love them. It gives me something to look forward to, and I like getting messy. So I will have links to her channel in the description bar below, and she's also my Cheeky curator, so she works on our blog, and she's just really, really helpful with the design team, and she's on the design team, so she's my right hand girl. Oh my gosh, my southern twang came into play. So as you see, I just took some Liquitex gesso and put it all over the background on top of this cut file. And I just love this technique. I've done it forever without actually backing the cut file, just kind of making it blend in with the pattern paper behind it. And so I took some Shimmers product from Cheeky's Studio Shop in Glorious Day and Pop Art Pink and Mango Tango. These are all Vibes products. And I am just going to make sure that the background where this cut file is well covered, and I'm going to splatter it, and I'm going to package technique it, and I'm going to cover most of it, and you're going to see how I do that. So bear with me here. Lots of downtime while I chat with my hands and and with the group. So I really do like how this turned out. Like I said, it's my favorite mixed media technique, and it's just quick and easy. There's really no way to mess up mixed media, because even a mess up looks like you did it on purpose, because that's the whole point, right? I really like the pop art pink on this. I think it adds a really nice bright pop, and I love the way that it turned out. adding those two colors, the Mango Tango and the Pop Art Pink. Now I do have one of my design team members, she was asking for a spritz, and I've never used spritz products from Shimmers, but I can carry them in the shop if you're interested. So if you could leave me a comment in the comments below, I would love to know if you have an interest in more shimmers in the shop. I do have some more ephemera that I'm working on, and I am working full steam ahead at Cheeky Design Work. I'm heavy into the ephemera. That's kind of my expertise. That's what I enjoy doing. So it's easy for me to make that fairly quickly in comparison to some other things. I'm not that great at stickers, and I like doing flair. Flair's quick and easy, and I enjoy having matching flair with collections. In fact, let me know if you still use flair. I mean, do you want to see full collections? Like, I came out with the Easter 2018, and I haven't made flair for it yet. And I'm wondering, well, you know, my ephemera sell so well. Do I bother with full collections with sequins and flair and stickers and all that? Tell me what you like. I would love to hear if collections are your thing, like entire little mini kits, or you just love ephemera, or you know, you like things to match, so yay, yeah, make sure there's flair and that sort of thing. So I'm curious. Also, I did decide that these little background pieces, the standalone pieces, were just a little bit flat, and I just took some of my scraps when I backed them, so they don't necessarily match perfectly. So I'm going to kind of work on those with some watercolors and some of the Shimmers products as well. That way they're all going to match and kind of blend in with the background of this paper. I'm just kind of going over this with some gesso because I didn't like, when I went direct with the paints and with the shimmers, I didn't really like it. It was just kind of soaking in and making everything look muddy. So I won't bore you with everything I'm gessoing. I'll skip ahead a little bit and you'll see how it comes out, and I'll start to paint them up for you. So I do look forward to doing more live streams. I do have more videos on my agenda, and also more ephemera on my agenda. There is a convention coming in June I'm interested in doing if I can pump out enough product. It's a fairly big one. I am considering going to the Victoria Marie crop soon, and I know the Scrap Gals have one coming up in my area, and I'm thinking about doing that. But then I'm also thinking that Cheeky should have its own crops starting next year, but I know that's kind of a big ordeal, and I don't know, I just have lots and lots of ideas of what I want to do and how I want to grow the business. And I love your support. Y'all have been so fantastic, and you know, the shop is doing well. We are growing, and I was able to focus on Cheeky full time, so I'm no longer working for corporate America, which is nice. You know, Bab is, you know, he's got his gig, he's a techie, and it's fortunate that things are going as well as they are, and I just want to say thank you so very much for everyone that supports us and, you know, is on our Facebook group and shares their layouts and purchases our merchandise and all that good stuff. I just love you all. I mean, before I had Cheeky, I just loved doing YouTube videos and sharing and inspiring and being inspired. I get very inspired by all of you as well. And so I love to collaborate, and I love to share. It's just, you know, I love scrapbooking. So this picture is a picture of, it's the sunset in Maui. We were on the road to Hana, and we were coming back, and you could see the windmills up the side of the mountain, and it was just this gorgeous orange, blue, gray, and I just thought it was lovely. Alan was a little freaked out that it was getting dark, and he wanted to go, and we were kind of headed, you know, we were almost a little over halfway back to the hotel. And everybody says don't be late coming back. But it was just so pretty, and, you know, we were enjoying ourselves. And I think we got far enough back to where it wasn't like unsafe or anything. The treacherous part was over with. So I don't know if you've ever been on that road. I'm sorry, my printer is making its debut while I'm editing, while I'm doing a voiceover. I don't know why it just had a little spasm there, but anyway, yeah, the treacherous switchbacks and, you know, 5 miles an hour sort of thing. We were already past that on our way back. So here I just layered up the photo, and I did use some of my scraps. And I love that one acetate that has gold. I'm thinking of trying to come up with some acetate for the shop. I've got a new really cool printer that should be able to handle that for us. You can also see where I added those die cuts that I cut out of Silhouette, and how after they dried they were very soft and they blend very, very well with the background as well. That frame is from an old Hip Kit club. I don't subscribe to them, but last July they had a kit that was very me. It was very summer, and they had a lot of their own exclusives, which, you know, I'm kind of an exclusive kind of girl. I like that sort of thing. So that frame was from that chipboard, and I think it was called Summer Bliss. And then here I'm using the Flamingo Fun ephemera from Cheeky Studio, and I'm going to take some of the flowers and the flamingos, and I'm going to distress the edges with some distress ink from Tim Holtz, and that is in Squeezed Lemonade, and it just helps blend everything so there's not a stark contrast there. So I'm going to glue everything down. I did add a little thread behind that one yellow flower, and I will add a little thread at the bottom. I think it was, I don't know if you can see it, it's tucked underneath one of the flowers below the flamingo. So a little bit of thread for dimension. Now these gold hearts are from Millie and June Fancy Pants collection from a while back. And I'm going to go back to my Flamingo Fun and pull a couple of hearts. Oh, first I'm going to pop up some of these. So I thought some of it was a little flat, and I wanted to pop up some of the edges of these flowers. And I'm going to end up popping up the entire word paradise. But I won't bore you with watching me do the entire word paradise, because that's kind of time consuming. So yeah, I'm just going to do that, and voila, it's done. Oh, I think this is where you'll see me add the thread on the bottom of the, yeah, I'm going to add thread right there on the bottom and just layer these die cuts. And I just love the little flamingos. They're like lovebirds, which we were lovebirds on that trip, but we're always lovebirds. So nothing new there. But as you can see, the mixed media with that that cut file on the background with the gesso, and then the colors just package technique over them. I can't talk today. You can see it just looks like a mess, but it adds so much texture and dimension with those leaves and the flower. It's beautiful in person. I love it. I love it. So I'm adding a couple of more of those gold hearts. And then this is a Cheeky Studio Flare from the Lots of Llama collection. And it's just a pretty sun. And I think I tried to add one more heart, but it didn't work out for me. I think it kind of distracted. It was too distracting in that little corner, so I just put it back in the packaging. But I think that pretty much wraps it up. I think I'm going to slow-mo you so you can see it close up and get a little more detail. Oh, here we go. I did add a couple of these little labels from Pink Fresh Studio, and I think those are from last year. And the ones at the bottom say "This Moment" and "Awesome," and the ones at the top say "Always" and "Beautiful." And they already had some splatters on them, so I didn't have to do anything. They worked out really well, and looked great on this page. So I'm going to do my journaling on a journal card, and I'm going to put that on the back because that is the way I prefer to journal. And I'm going to talk about the windmills and how like everybody uses solar panels in Maui. It was just fantastic to see that they were using that gorgeous, sun in order to cool their homes and to cook their meals and just living more at nature, with nature. So there you go. There is the layout up close. And there are still pictures. Make sure you go check out Miranda's channel. She always comes up with some great layouts. And she's going to get messy for you as well. Hopefully you will be inspired by this series. And you will go over to Cheeky Studio Facebook group and join us there. And maybe watch a live stream or share your layouts with us. We would love that. I've got a lot of fun design team members too, so they're really cool and interactive. But yeah, we're just having fun. I hope you are too. There's information on how to find me, but I will talk to you later. Ta-ta for now. Bye.